set up here. Okay, let me get my laptop. Hello, my lovely people. I'm gonna get my tea. You can see Baji there. Ha 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 ha. Baji's ready for a live. Who else is ready for a live? Hi, Baji Baba. Hi, Baji Baba. Look at my hairbrush thing. 1 second. Hello, peoples. We're live. How is everybody doing? What else was I gonna get? Anything else? I see my tea is in order. Oh, that's right. I want to get the night vision glasses. Thank you for joining, everybody. Thank you so much. Thank you for joining, guys. Good evening, good morning, good afternoon, good day, good midday to my nations, to all my continents. Australasia, which of course includes Australia, New Zealand, Antarctica, South America, Africa, Asia, Europe, North America. Everybody, most welcome. I have a little cut on my face because I was shown a bit of extra love by one of the kids. Hello Michael, hello Soulful, hello to Pakistan, hello Cody, hello Northern Verses. Get your snacks, cookies, peanut butter and jelly sandwich, cherished, whatever. Exactly. Please do get all your snacks, all your drinks, all your everything as we get started here. Hi Cody, please hang tight. Maybe we'll make you a mod. We will see, okay? Just stay in the chat and we will see about that. Your cup is camouflaging with your shirt. So true. Hello, Dhimango Swami. Hello, how are you doing? Let me push this bar stool up and use some of my momentum to get it situated correctly. Are you Pakistani? Northern Verses is saying lol, wonderful humor. Everybody, please do like, share, and subscribe, my darlings. Can you do a double tap the screen and give us some likes? Can we get 10 likes? So I got back from the gym. I haven't eaten a dinner, but I did eat a late lunch, and so I'm not very hungry right now. I have my tea, I have my water, I have my phone, I have a couple of night vision glasses. I have those types of things ready for you here tonight, and we will do a full physics live, and we will say hi to everybody. Excuse me, please. We will say hi to everybody in the chat, and we will have a nice little chit chat, okay? We will have a nice little chit chat. This is my shirt that I wore to the gym, and I took a shower there, and this is my sweater on top of that, actually. And tonight it wasn't even that cold. It was just in the 20s, I think, here in Boston. So that is not even that cold. Once it becomes 32 Fahrenheit, I'm gonna wear a dress, you know, because the winter can be long and you have to treat some of it as sort of warmer and pretty much just wear some more fun clothes than the really baggy pants that I wear. But I actually really like these baggy pants. Let me show you. I have the most amazing Sherpa pants. Do you see? That I wore to the gym. These are Sherpa. It looks like a bit of a carpet, actually, that I'm wearing on my bottom to keep my, you know, bottom half warm in the cold weather. And I take the bus and everything. So shalom. Hello, Ben. How are you doing? So yeah, it's been nice. I did the gym. I took the bus. I had to run tonight to catch the bus because I was late as usual. And this particular bus timing, I'm really terrible at. Usually I miss it and I have to catch a bus that is after this bus. And it gives me a lot of grief, honestly, because, you know, this bus is the one I want to make. And if I miss it, it becomes a lot of waiting in the cold and whatnot. But I made it to the bus with some running, and there's a lot of ice everywhere still there. You know, the snow has been melting, not melting. Sidewalks and roads still have piles of snow on the sides. And so, you know, it's reduced the space where you can really walk. And where we're walking can be icy. So sometimes I'm, you know, unexpectedly accelerated forward because I'm slipping on the sidewalk on the ice. But you know, I do like Boston and how it makes me sort of face challenges on the daily and keeps me active. And then, you know, I made it to the gym and I did my, you know, things that I do there, swimming, exercises, all the weights and stuff that I do. Not too much weights tonight. I think I just did bench press, leg press, and swimming and whatnot. I have tried driving and I don't usually like to do it, especially not on the highway. And I did have a car for a number of years, but I've lived without a car as well as with a car in the United States, in multiple states of this country. So imagine I was without a car at one point in North Carolina, in Ohio. So Boston, there are sort of positives to not owning a car. So I think I'm able to adapt pretty much with or without one. But yeah, I don't have a car at the moment. I sold mine last year, actually. In the month of April, I let go of the last material object that I had a severe attachment to, which was my Mercedes-Benz E350. So, yeah. I am a terrible driver. Thank you so much for your observation. You have that annoying look in your eyes where you think you know everything. Hello, outside. Hello, Anna. Well, not so rich because I, you know, had to sell the car to consolidate some finances, changed my career path and all that stuff. So anyway, but also it's a relief to not have the car because, you know, when you have the car, you have to like, maintain it, repair it. And all of those things are expensive when it's a European car in the US, you know? Exactly. Thank you so much. Can you guys say things about European cars in the chat so I feel better about not having one? Michael is saying you saved yourself some money getting rid of that car. Yes. So car prices, I was tracking the car prices. So by the way, I have never bought a new car. I'm very eco-friendly as well as I like to get a good deal. So I've had 2 cars so far in this country. Both were paid off and they were both used, as in like secondhand, 19th hand used. My first car was like 19th hand. And this Mercedes was like second or third hand, but it was in very, very good condition. So it didn't give me any problems for like 4 years plus, and then it started to give me some problems, of course, in Boston too, right? Because Boston, you could get a tire puncture, you could get into like, there's minor accidents are normal here, hitting the curb, almost getting run over. Those things are normal here on the daily. So it kind of adds up when you have a car and you constantly might need to do repairs. So they're expensive. Yeah, exactly. Thank you so much. See, a nice Mercedes is a very solid car, and I'm still a huge fan of Mercedes. Like, I'm not gonna lie, I don't think I can drive anything else. Like, it is so nice. The feel of a Mercedes is so like solid, and the cars are really, really nice to drive, like very smooth and everything. So that's what I drove. But then getting into these minor things all the time, repairs, accidents, and I had to drive it every day. It took a lot of wear and tear. In this city, I had an on-site job for a while that I was driving it to every single day. So it got a lot of wear and tear, and the repairs were honestly very expensive. Not to mention, we're talking about cars at the moment, but we will talk about science. But not to mention, the parking is also hard. Having to park the car is honestly a great reason to not have one in this area as well. So I went straight from a Mercedes to the bus and the train and the walking. So I do believe that I'm quite adaptable. I've been doing just fine. Of course, it takes some adjustment, but I've been doing just fine with the MBTA ever since I got rid of the Mercedes, because I didn't want to get another car. I loved that car. I really don't like driving, but I loved driving that car. And once I didn't have it, I was very sad and never got another one. So yeah. Oh, thank you. Hello, Nico. Nico Tatum says, I'm illegally pretty. Well, I did get the illegal things I've done in my life have all to do with driving. I did get a lot of parking tickets in Boston. Actually, I only got parking tickets in Boston. Like, I got multiple parking tickets in Boston. And I got a speeding ticket in Ohio. Driving has been probably the most oh gosh, you called the police on me. Why? Actually, somebody did call the police on me. Again, that is car related. One time I had to go to the bathroom in Boston very badly. Like, I got home, and of course it's a mission to find parking around here in this in our neighborhood. In many neighborhoods of Boston, you park on the street. You have to change the location of the car when there's street sweeping. If you don't, you get a parking ticket. Things like that. But one night I had to go number 2 really badly, and I didn't see very well. It was like the most smallest little driveway, and I parked the car and it blocked the driveway. And those people, they live on this same street as me, and they probably see me all the time. They call the police on me. So then the police came. But imagine me. It was so bad because I'm in my Boston home. The exhaust fan is on, and that freaking fan is so loud. I didn't hear the police when they came. They knocked and they did whatever they had to do. They found the people downstairs, and I'm like going as the police is trying to reach me literally in person at my home. Then I realized, oh my gosh, the neighbors below me are texting me that the cops are here. I'm like, oh God. Then I realized, oh my God, it must be about my car or something. And so then I ran. I'm like, oh my God, they're going to take my car. They're going to tow my car. I was just taking a dump, and they're going to now tow my car. So I ran and ran. I didn't even wear a jacket. I started running with clothes on, but like no jacket on in the cold of Boston. And Boston is not unsafe. It's just unsafe for a car and its parking. I would say Boston is very safe compared to most places. I really like it. So, goodness gracious, you guys are very funny. Electric bike. No, I don't have an electric bike yet either. Anyway, what I wanted to say is if you run after the police instead of the other way around and you own up to, I was like, I'm so sorry. I had to go to the bathroom. I did, it was just 5 minutes. He was very mad at me. I think not because of what I did with the parking, but because I ignored him. Men really don't like when that happens. And so then I was like, he's like, I was about to tow you. I'm like, thank you so much for not towing me. Oh my goodness. So I acknowledged his efforts and he calmed down and he was like, he didn't tow me and nothing happened. He just was mad at me. That's all. And then I moved the car. I was like, I'm going to move the car right now. So this is what I dealt with too. As much as I love that car, I dealt with the driving and the parking here. And I'm rather glad that I don't have to do that anymore. Nor do I have to get a new tire. This is the only place where I've actually used my AAA membership because regularly I would get some tire issue and AAA would have to come and replace my tire with the donut. So that in a nutshell is the Boston car life for you. Now, please keep in mind that I learned how to drive in the US as an adult. I didn't grow up here. I didn't have like a parent's car to like learn how to drive on. I don't have the same familiarity of driving as would a person who might have grown up here. So take it with a grain of salt. But I really struggle. With being a car owner. If I have a car, I need a driver as well. I can't do the car owning and the driving all of that myself. Thank you so much, guys, for listening to my little car story. Hello, Cody. Hello, Big Cheese E. Looks it face I enjoy so much. Rich girl knows an easy life. Hello, Anna. Hello, Bra. Hello, Demonic. Dingy. I don't know what that means, but okay. She seems sweet. Oh, thank you. I heard Boston has good mass transit, but I've been to Ohio and North Carolina. They do not. Yes, Ohio and North Carolina, I struggled very much, but I still made it work somehow. I was much younger, of course. Some haters in this chat. That's okay. Hello, Jake. Potentially inappropriate messages are held for review. Okay. YouTube has issued a warning to me that some of these messages that they're holding are absolutely horrific. So I shouldn't read them. I had to live on the streets for a year. So anyway. Oh, hi, Anna. Wow, my brother says she's really cute. Hello, Penelope. I wish I can understand what you're talking about. Did you change your name? What were you doing before you became an astrophysicist? Before I became an astrophysicist, I was, of course, preparing to be an astrophysicist. Ghostwriter, how did your parents feel? Well, I am not a little child anymore. So, parents were okay. Can I get moderated? Today is my birthday and I subscribe to you. Thank you, Tanner. Oh, that's right. Please do like, share, and subscribe. Ghostwriter is saying, marry me. I'm a rich man. Okay. I'd say get a Japanese car. Everybody does that now. I'm an EV truck. I'll give you 100,000. Okay. In what currency, my darling? And you should do that right now as a super chat. Get a tiny enclosed mobility scooter. Should I do that? How much is that? Are burritos better than tacos? I do like a breakfast burrito a lot. Probably more than any other burrito or taco. Just get a Nissan. Well, doesn't matter if it's a Nissan or a Honda, I'd still have to park it. And I'd rather not. Now, of course, if it's a car that I don't care about much, which that's going to be hard because I mean, I do care enough to like pay for the insurance and all this stuff. So I just honestly don't really miss car ownership, you know? I'm okay with walking and slipping on the ice and taking the bus and the train after the Mercedes. I bought a broken Mini Cooper, spent a bunch of money fixing it, only for it to still be broken. Oh my goodness, hello there. Don't buy secondhand European luxury cars. Well, thank you so much for telling me what doesn't apply to me anymore. Hello, demonic. Mercedes hasn't been good since they got rid of the V8. Get a Camry. Are we talking about cars? Did you like the EV cars? I've never had an EV car. One ambulance flying like in Israel. It's end times era. Okay. Ben is saying prefer the EV cars. She likes KFC. I really don't like KFC. As in I'm okay with it, neutral. They have fully enclosed mobility scooters for 6K called a Geo. In Boston, they have fully enclosed mobility scooters for 6K called a Geo. What's your take on the Higgs boson? Thank you, Ben. Thank you, Jeff. You will do great things in the world. Keep it up. Thank you, Jeff. Thank you, Soulful. Wait, did somebody do a super chat? Thank you so much. You just need a confidence boost while driving. Baggage isn't attractive. Women typically can't drive. Okay. You're really cute for an Indian girl. Oh, how dare you, Emma. Emma or EMA, whatever that is. Don't try to give me a backhanded compliment, you piece of not so nice material. Boston Tea Party. Oh my gosh. Wait, who is this? What is this? Steven Sky reading. First member here in the room. Is that you, Steven? First member. I thought you were already a member, Steven. Are you becoming a member again? Thank you so much. I love it. First member. Okay, I don't know what this is, but something is happening right now. Okay. Noah said that's not a man thing, that's a cop thing. Well, thank you, Noah, for the super chat. Thank you guys for... No, I washed my hands. Somebody is saying tea crown without... Of course I washed my hands. I washed my hands, but I did not put a jacket on. I remember being cold. And I had to go really far to find new parking because, like, I did try to park. It was just all full. Like, when you live here, like, you leave and when you come back, there might not be the parking spot that you were hoping for or any parking spot. So, you know, what I noticed while having a car here is that I would end up avoiding driving quite a bit. Like, I would rather take the T or Uber than drive based on parking situations. So it's just easier in that sense to not have one. Thank you, Noah. Thank you, Steven. Hello, Steve. Hello, Syria or Kyria. Hello, T-Crown. Hello, Peacemaker. Hello, Gorps the man. Who like this is just insane, right? Yeah, goodbye. Okay, what's insane? By the time I'm looking at your comment, you might be gone already. So sorry about that. Be happy though. Cream cheese and oranges. Honestly, all right. Well, thank you guys so much for being here. It's Usha. Do you know machine learning? I do. I have that same mug, but it has number 1. Oh gosh. Hello, call sign. Hello, James Anderson. Steven! Thank you so much, Steven. Okay. You forget me already. I know you were the first member, but I just didn't know like if it's showing up here again. Hi, outside. Indian women have some of the most beautiful women in the world. Aww. This is Usha. Goodness, Usha. Well, I don't think that's who I am, but thanks anyways. So everybody, can you please like and share and subscribe? And what should we talk about today? Should we discuss some physics, some astrophysics, some astronomy, or some cosmology? So usually, guys, what we talk about on the channel are those topics. We show my face. We talk about physics, astronomy, astrophysics, and cosmology. We share the live. We say hi to people. We try to log into our laptop. It asks for a password. We type it wrong. We share the live. We drink tea. Sometimes we eat. It's astronomy, not astrology, okay? Those are two different things. We need to talk about our arranged marriage. Well, goodness gracious me. I think what I'll do tonight is something simple because I'm not in the mood to talk about my thesis. I have another question. What do you think about spinners? How about cosmetology? No. Should we talk about... I am in the mood to talk about dark energy again. Should we just do that? Because I have to actually return this book to the library soon anyways. And I kind of liked the dark energy topic from this book a lot. It was really nice and succinct. I think I'm going to just do that. Because I was covering my thesis last time. And you guys were asking nice questions. And it was really nice. But my thesis, I'm a little tired of it. Yes. Hi, Timothy. Timothy says I'm 7 years old. Hi, honey. How are you doing? So yeah, I think we'll just talk about dark energy, okay? It's a topic we've definitely covered in the past, but if you don't mind, I think that's what we'll do. It's not my thesis topic, but my thesis is particle astrophysics and what do you call? Oh, someone did a... Oh my goodness. Hi, Michael. Michael Bradley sent 5 Baji and physics gift memberships. Oh my goodness. Oh, thank you, Michael. Does that mean that some people are going to become a member? Wow. Thank you so much, Michael. That's really very kind of you. Yeah, so I think I'm going to do dark energy because even though it's not really my thesis topic and I was covering my thesis last live, I'm I'm just not in the mood to talk about my thesis tonight because my thesis is like, to me, it's very old. It's not that old, but it's just so like been there, done that type of thing. So I generally like the topics that I did not go to school for. As in, I'm supposed to know the topics anyways when you have, a PhD in physics, but they were not my exact subtopic of my thesis. So dark energy, I like to talk about a lot. It's one of my favorites, and it's also the number one biggest unanswered question right now in the universe. Number two being dark matter. So, and here's my smart glasses, by the way. This is when I become extremely smart as soon as I put them on. And the world is very yellow. I brought these glasses again just for fun. These were the sponsor of the last live, but I'm just gonna wear them. Okay, so let me thank Michael Bradley again. Michael Bradley, I am most grateful for this generous gift of 5 gift memberships to the people in this chat. Sunflower received a gift membership. User random. Oh my gosh, user random. That's a good person to get a gift membership. Aren't you B? Random alphabet? Then Vimi said received a gift membership. Okay. Taliar also received a gift membership. Funky Fresh also received a gift membership. That's very exciting, guys. Thank you for the membership. Let me tell you something. Okay. Hi, Luna. Oh my goodness. Dark energy, that is the... Are you Spanish? No. Are you calling me a conqueror of the world? Where I come from? We didn't conquer anybody. Okay, guys. So, dark energy is the reason for the expansion of the universe, okay? This is a topic that we should be well acquainted with because it affects the expansion of the universe. And pretty much on a large scale of this universe. Oh, by the way, guys, can you like and subscribe, please? If you haven't subscribed, please do so now. It's completely free to subscribe. Of course, it costs a little bit of money to become a member, but the subscriptions are totally free. Go ahead and give us a subscribe. It really helps us out. And also means that we will see you again on these lives. Because really the topics we cover here are quite detailed and quite a lot of topics, and it makes sense to keep on coming back to these lives, okay? And that way you can we can really get to know each other and also cover the topics in a more organized manner. No, she ain't Spanish. She black, Asiatic, Queen Sheba baby. Okay, not sure what that means, but thank you so much. She called the Spanish conquerors canceled. I don't think Spanish people would mind that I called them a conqueror because they were. She is Persian. I'm Persian? Okay. Um, how kind of you to decide that for me. I don't like to talk about my ethnicity because I'd rather that you talk about my ethnicity. It really helps me with my engagement. Thank you so much for being here, and can you please like, share, subscribe? It's very comical. Let people guess my ethnicity. It's been lovely so far. It has been most eye-opening to me when people do that. I've come to know about so many more countries, guys. Brown dwarf. We have mentioned brown dwarfs here. They are compact halo objects. Hashina. Sachi mama. Sachi mama, please use the litter robot. Sachi mama, please don't poop on the floor, beta. Where are you? Oh, hi Sachi mama. Mama sees you. Mama sees you. Mama loves you. Did you see the extreme jumps of my daughter? She does poop in a robot. It's called a litter robot. And we're the brand ambassadors of that. Not sure what she is, but she knows what she's doing. Thank you, Melvin. What's wrong, Sachi? She is an American Boston girl. I forgot. She's from Antarctica. I'm in Massachusetts. That is not a Boston accent. Do you want me to park the car for you to settle down? I think I hear you speaking Punjabi during the first live I caught of her. Pakistani. She's from planet Earth. Poop on the robot. Your daughter. Actually from Alpha Centauri. Brother of Spock. So, yeah, Sachi Mama has gone to the bathroom, and that is quite an event. So now she's getting the zoomies. Sachi Mama is very proud of you for using the toilet. Can you park the car in the Harvard yard? The yard. The yard. I like to park my car. Never. You guys, you're too funny. Hi, Jody. Woman to woman, it doesn't matter what your ethnicity is. You are beautiful. Aww. That's weird. I run around in circles too after I go to the bathroom. That is what Sachi Mama is doing. My favorite and only daughter. Okay. Like and subscribe, okay, guys? Please do that. Do me a favor. All right, so dark energy is the topic for tonight. We've discovered. This is very important because it is, as I was saying, the number one topic that is still a very big mystery in this universe, in astronomy, cosmology, astrophysics domains. And pretty much there's a lot of active research going on in this topic. So anything we know or speak about tonight is what we know, but there is still a lot to kind of discover and understand about dark energy. This is not to be confused with the topic of dark matter, which is something else and also a big mystery. So don't get those mixed up. Dark energy has to do with expansion of the universe, as opposed to dark matter being something with extra matter in the universe, in the cosmos, even in our own galaxy, that we find to interact gravitationally, but not interacting with light, not doing nuclear fusion, things like that. Okay, so dark matter is a topic that we've also covered in the past in quite some detail from at various levels of comprehension of the topic. But tonight we will stick to dark energy because I don't want to get them confused. Okay, so we will not get them confused, and we will also be utilizing a rather simple text to go over the topic. This is Sachi Mama is still having zoomies. This is Neil deGrasse Tyson's Astrophysics for People in a Hurry. I believe I also tagged this book on the live, so you can go ahead and find it, or however you want to do things. Let me share the live as well. Sorry. Thank you, baby booba. So basically, there is a couple of things going on, okay? In this universe, if you go to the large scales, there's basically two things. One is gravitation, and that kind of makes things come closer. It goes, makes matter clump in certain spots and things like that, where gravitation has won. And the other is considered to be this anti-gravitational effect, which leads to the expansion of the universe, okay? And right from the Big Bang, we have been expanding. So expansion is nothing new, but the universe, the way it has evolved in various of its stages, is different. So in the beginning, we think of the universe as being radiation dominated. At some point, it became matter dominated. And at this point, dark energy is very important in the cosmic ingredients of the universe. As we've discovered that the universe is not only expanding, the expansion is accelerating. And even though the universe expansion was discovered quite a while ago, but the fact that, its expansion is accelerating and really getting this situation being backed with data, with multiple groups working on it and confirming it, even the competing groups working on it and confirming it, as in the groups that did not have to agree with each other, that sort of thing kind of happened by the end of the 20th century. So in the 1990s, I believe it was the year 1991, maybe, when this big data set with the supernova data, etc., came out. And we saw, my oh my, this expansion is definitely real, and the expansion is also speeding up as you go farther away. So now I want to clarify that this expansion of the universe is not a local effect, okay? It's not that in our galaxy things are getting farther apart, because in our galaxy, or even in our local cluster, as far as I know, of course, I'm just a lady on the internet. You should always Google everything and, go to school for all this. But I did go to school for all this, and I'm kind of sharing what I know here. Basically, in our galaxy itself, in our solar system, in our local cluster, which of course includes us and our neighboring galaxies, we are more gravitationally affected. We're gravitationally bound. If gravitation had not won, then we would not have made galaxies, stars, and things like that. So the fact that the universe has a large scale structure, in other words, you can Actually, this is another research topic that you can directly contribute to if you so desire. You could go and work on large scale structure of the universe, which is of course the basically large on a large scale of the universe scale, how galaxies formed, how we have a matter distribution in this universe. So we do know that matter distribution, so the way matter is distributed in the universe is not random. Okay, it is not random. So we just know that, you know, there was the smooth universe. When you look at the cosmic microwave background radiation, it was largely very isotropic, very homogeneous, but then there were certain perturbations away from the smoothness of the universe, which basically developed into the first galaxies and stars. Okay, in other words, matter was allowed to clump in certain spots following some kind of distribution in this universe, and we got the galaxies. Now we have lots of galaxies in the universe, but we also have a lot of empty space. We have lots of, you know, space without any galaxies as well. And you might wonder why, you know, if expansion was happening forever, since forever ago, and if gravitation was a thing forever ago, and expansion kind of is the anti-gravity effect, then why did gravitation win in some parts to make the first galaxies and stars, right? This is itself a research topic. And, you know, if you get to learn about that more, please do share on the channel, because it is not trivial. Now, some people think that even in this book, actually, if you read this book, which is a very easy read indeed by Neil deGrasse Tyson, Astrophysics for People in a Hurry is the book, you will see that he actually talks about how dark matter could be one of the helping hands that ordinary matter got, or just gravitation in general got, in order to clump into galaxies. Okay, so with just ordinary matter, we think it would have been hard for gravity to win and give us the first galaxies, the first stars, which of course go on to make the next generation of stars and the next and the next. And when stars die and they supernova and they spew a lot of their materials into the interstellar medium, making things like a gas cloud or a nebula, and when that later on goes on to condensate, as in cool down enough to then be hot enough to make something like us, or the solar system that we come from, that we are in, you know, even we come from such a situation, right? So if the first galaxies did not form, if the first stars did not form, and if those stars did not die and then make more stars, and then the next and the next and the next, giving us pretty metal rich stars that go on to die and give us metal rich nebula or gas clouds that then once again that itself is a complicated process, but when those nebula will condensate, as in they will cool enough to come together and then become hot enough again, and go through a whole process to give us something like our solar system. If not for that process, we would not be here. So gravitation is very important for our existence, of course. And this is all to make the case that this dark energy business is really a more large scale effect. It is not something that affects us in the distances, say, between us and the moon, or us and the sun, or us and Pluto, or us and the center of this galaxy, or us in this galaxy and our neighboring galaxy, Andromeda, right? These topics that we just now mentioned above are part of astronomy. But when you go to much farther distances, the most distant galaxies away from us, not our neighboring galaxy at all, but something really far away, and you find the technology to still get some data about those very distant galaxies, and you see that, oh my goodness, the distance between us and them is increasing, and that recession, if you will, is accelerating. That has to do with expansion of this universe, which is a different effect. It is not the same gravitational effect that brought us together and made these galaxies and stars and our sun and all that stuff, right? So we have to keep these two things in mind. So basically, I said we discuss cosmology on this channel. This dark energy or expansion of the universe topic, as far as I know, is very much a cosmology topic, as in it is to do with the universe as a whole. It is not to do with our galaxy or distances that are closer, like our galaxy and neighboring galaxies. It is an effect that you see and you feel and you measure, right? It's not just something we're theorizing, we measured it. By the time it was the 1990s, we had measured it, and people got Nobel Prizes, and competing groups measured and confirmed it, okay? So it's something that we see. It is something we are still researching and something we still try to understand with our better technology, more data and whatnot. Because, you know, getting data about those very distant galaxies and very distant sources is not easy. So there's always more we can study. And that is what we are currently doing with our current efforts. Like, for example, there's instruments out there. A dark energy spectroscopic instrument is one of them that you can look up. So we are doing all this, but keep in mind that this is a, hi Baji, that this is a cosmology topic, okay? This is not to be mixed up with a purely astronomy topic, which, for example, dark matter is. Dark matter is both a cosmology as well as an astronomy, as well as an astrophysics topic. When you study dark matter, you can do it at a smaller scale, like you can do it in our own galaxy. You can look at neighboring galaxies. You can, you know, that's more like astronomy. Or you can even think about dark matter in the sense of how it contributed to large scale structure in the universe. Now, if you did that, then you would be contributing to cosmology. Okay, so I just wanted to give a little bit of an example on what these different topics mean with regard to each other. So dark matter, topic that can be studied at these different levels. And there are dark matter experts that look at specific maybe galaxies and how those galaxies formed and where dark matter plays a role in those types of galaxies, etc., etc. So that is a different kind of approach than what we discussed today, which is dark energy. Not the same thing at all, okay? They have similar names, but they're not the same thing. Dark matter, another thing is dark matter is considered to be some kind of matter, some kind of actual matter that contributes to the total matter density of the universe, but something that we see the gravitational effects of, but we just don't know exactly what it is. It's also a research topic, whereas dark energy is a bit more, I would say, some people regard it as more of the maybe even this vacuum and geometry and all this type of stuff. Baji, can you give Mama some space to talk about physics, please? You can sit on my lap if you want. He's being needy. So, you know, so it's a little bit of a differently nuanced topic, this dark energy topic, okay? It is not that there is some you know, gravitational effect or some extra matter or something. It has to do with, literally it has to do with the expansion of the universe and we trying to understand where this is coming from. What is this negative energy of the vacuum? Like, what is it really, you know? So how people feel about dark energy is quite different than dark matter. Dark matter in some ways can be a bit more of a frustrating topic because we can very much measure its gravitational effects and still not know exactly what this matter is, which is, you know, and lots of papers are coming out constantly. We discussed one of them recently where they talked about the, what was it, fermionic dark matter, where they were, you know, making a case for a certain way in which even maybe ordinary matter, when it does something with a scalar field, like a Higgs-like thing, it could maybe show up as dark matter. You know, there's different theories and work going on to figure out what dark matter is, because in some sense, it is sort of the more, you know, backyard problem dark matter is something that affects us even in our own galaxy. So even in our own backyard, there is, this extra matter that we cannot account for, and it's really bad because, what does that mean? That we don't understand gravitation properly enough or something? In that sense, it's a more urgent issue, I would say. But at the same time, it's very mysterious why the universe is expanding in that sense also. So that is dark energy that we will discuss right now from this book, but I wanted to give you a bit of a background and also to help understand what these different topics mean and how are they in relation to each other. Okay. So somebody asked, where's the extra matter? So yes, so some of the extra matter is in our own galaxy, and also dark matter is expected in the halos of pretty much many galaxies, if not all galaxies, okay? So that is dark matter, but we will now so most of our universe is actually dark energy, okay? About right now, 70% of the universe energy density comes from dark energy, and 25% comes from dark matter, and 5% comes from ordinary matter, okay? So once again, do not confuse dark energy with dark matter, okay? Dark energy is the one we're going to talk about, not dark matter, but I've kind of talked about both here tonight to hopefully help with the distinction, okay? Thank you, Aaron. How are you doing? Yes, there's a distinction, of course. Dark matter contributes to the total matter density. Dark energy contributes to the energy density. And right now, there is a lot of contribution to that from dark energy. So dark energy, we say when we list the cosmic ingredients in today's universe, dark energy, we say is 70%, dark matter is 25%, and ordinary matter, which is what all of us are made of, is 5%. Okay, so it's a very, so in that sense, do you see how we say that the number one mystery is dark energy because there's more percentage of it contributing to the energy density of the universe right now, and the number two is dark matter. Okay. Hi, Abraham. So hi, Crazy Sick Wine. So by the way, expansion plays an important role in our evolution of the universe as well, because expansion helped to cool down the early universe. So, whether you acknowledge it or not, expansion has always played a very important role, actually. It's just kind of happening, right? It's exactly what's driving it. We would like to know, and we would like to understand what this dark energy is, which we call, dark energy basically, or this negative energy of the vacuum, which makes the universe expand. But it's always been an important part of cosmology because, as I was kind of mentioning before, the universe has gone through various stages. The universe today is very different from the universe, earlier. Like right as the universe was birthed from the Big Bang, it's gone through some very extreme phases, right? And so things today look very different, feel very different. And what is important today could have changed. So the other thing to keep in mind also is that as the universe continues to evolve, we will see how it goes, you know, like I don't know whether that would really mean anything in our timeline, but overall timeline, uh, the universe changes a lot, okay? Does space have an ending? No. We measure dark matter because of its gravitational effects, even though it does not interact with light, okay? Time travel is possible at the microscopic level, but generally not at the macroscopic level. So I'm not sure that we can have the technology for us to do time travel, but particles actually do it all the time. Hello. Thank you for liking and subscribing, by the way. What is random? Feynman says interstellar travel is impossible. It does take a long time. Is the moon worth visiting again? Well, the moon has a really nice surface. Not as diverse as the Earth. The moon is a very old surface, actually. The moon has cratering, and the moon does not do any active stuff, right? There's no volcanoes on the moon. So if you do touch the moon, you're touching a very old surface. Whereas the Earth is geologically very active. So Earth is very living, you know, Earth is changing all the time. And in that sense, it's newer surface. But if you go to the moon and you touch the surface of the moon, then that surface is very old. Okay, it's not been paved over by volcanoes. So in that sense, sure, the moon is worth visiting. And of course, if you guys, if they, you know, if people come up with experiments to do on the moon, because it would be better there because there's no anthropogenic noise there really, because it's, you know, no human beings on the moon, not too many anyways. The Earth, one of the biggest noise sources on the Earth for a lot of these experiments is all the people noise, you know, anthropogenic noise and such. So the moon would be nice in the sense of not having to deal with that. But of course, because going to the moon might be costly, at least so far, I think that's what's kept people away. But if it becomes cheap to go to the moon, then I would use it for experiments. And also, you know, you'd be lighter there, and the surface is quite nice, I believe. And you would be touching something that's like the surface, I mean, is like at least 1 billion years old, you know, whereas on Earth, that's hard to find. So somebody asked, why is it accelerating? So we don't know. At least I don't know. I don't know why the expansion of the universe, that the thing that does it, we call it dark energy. And exactly what dark energy is or is doing is a research topic. Okay. We will read about it just now, but it's not totally obvious. Okay. Like some people call it, like I was saying, negative energy of the vacuum, but exactly why it's there, we don't know. Okay. I need to see your eyes. So, okay. Hello, Brown Mondongo. The Earth is 4 billion years old. The solar system, our solar system is pretty young, not too old. The Milky Way is much older. The Milky Way is, as far as I know, as old as the universe, almost as old as the universe. But our solar system is quite young. It's only 4 billion years old. And a lot has happened in our solar system. Our solar system has evolved a lot. It used to be filled with debris, and now it's all mostly nice and clean, and we don't get hit all the time with planetesimals and debris, which is what happened in an era of cratering, and that's why the moon has craters. And so that's why I was saying, like, when you go and touch a crater on the moon, that is I think a billion-year-old surface. And they brought back rocks too from the moon, right, when they went. That is an old surface, whereas the Earth is a very geologically active, volcanic, surface. So the Earth is not going to be as old in that sense. Like when you go and touch the grass, that's new, right? Or especially around volcanoes and things like that. That means the volcano has paved over, rock. Volcanoes can make rock eventually, right? Like that is geological activity, and that type of activity. By the way, the Earth is not the most geologically active site in the solar system. I believe it is one of the moons of Jupiter. Somebody can look that up. I believe it's one of the moons of Jupiter. Which one? Ganymede, Io. I forget exactly which moon of Jupiter. I think it's one of the Ganymede. What are the moons of Jupiter again, class? Tell me right now. Stephen can probably look this up. Ganymede, Io, Callisto, and Europa, of course. Yeah, Ganymede, Io, Callisto, Europa. Well, I think one of those moons, it might be. Is it Io? Is the most geologically active site in the solar system. I hope I'm getting it right. Somebody can confirm it. But basically, because it's close to Jupiter, and the Jupiter is like, putting major gravitational effects on its moon, that moon is very geologically active. So what that does is you pave over your surface with your volcanic material, but the moon doesn't have that. The moon doesn't have any volcanoes. So that's why the moon's surface is very old. Without the sun, would we all freeze to death? Well, you'd have 8 minutes to figure it out, but I would say that there would be bigger problems than that, because the gravitational effect of not having the sun would be pretty bad. But you would have 8 minutes to say goodbye. I love Jupiter. Somebody said some of the debris became rings. Yeah, Jupiter is amazing. Jupiter, Jupiter, Saturn, those Jovian planets are really awesome. Hi, Francisco. Is it Io? Spice and Dice is saying, yep, I looked it up just now. Io. Oh, thank God. I was right. Io, I think, is the closest Galilean moon of Jupiter. So, Galileo found the moons of Jupiter. Jupiter has many moons. Moons of Jupiter are getting discovered all the time. So it's no no special thing to be a moon of Jupiter. Jupiter has many. We just have the one. In that sense, we're kind of special because most planets have, if not, I think if not all, all of the planets that have a moon have more than one, right? I think Venus doesn't have a moon, but even yeah, even Mars has like 2 moons. So the planets that have a moon generally have more than one. We're like the only one, I think, that has a moon, and it's the only one. Venus doesn't have a moon. Mercury doesn't have a moon. Mars has 2 moons. But Jupiter, the Jovian planets have many, 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 many moons. So, but Galileo, back in the day, with his homemade, telescope, found what we call the Galilean moons, and Io is one of them, and Io is the closest one, I believe. So that one has, huge shenanigans going on with Jupiter's gravitational effect on it, and so it is the most geologically active site in the solar system, which I think is pretty nice, pretty interesting. If it's hard to tell, the universe is expanding. The universe is expanding, as in the distance between us and distant galaxies, very distant galaxies, is increasing, and the increase is accelerating. Okay, so the universe is expanding. Yes, it's Io. Okay, thank you, Ben. Thank you guys for confirming. Where and how did you learn your physics? Hello, Mark. I didn't look it up. Will oil ever stop producing? Why can we not create propulsion? Should be a counterbalance. The frame of reference. Do you love Israel? Yes, in 50 years? Okay. Hello to Russia. Beans on toast. Titan and Io. I was going to say Titan is also interesting. Moon of Saturn. I remember when that string of asteroids. Hello, Unspoken. The universe has a really amazing way of reminding us that even science is built off a foundation. I missed your answer to my question. If the origin of your physics, the origin of my physics, I went to school for almost 10 years for physics and have degrees in physics and physics. Venus don't have any moons. Mars has Phobos and Deimos. Yes! For a second, I had to remind myself that Venus doesn't have a moon. Earth has just the one. And Mars, which is a smaller planet than Earth, has 2 moons. Oh, and of course, somebody said we have a massive moon. Exactly. We have a giant moon. Our moon is very big. So I believe there's like 7 giant moons of the solar system, and ours is one of them. So we might have just the one moon, but we do have one of the giant moons, which I think is cool. There's just some really interesting facts. Titan has, yeah, Titan of course has. Titan is one of the giant moons. Is life on Earth possible? Sure. Why not? We've talked about Mars quite a bit. Probably why it's called Titan. Uranus has a unique sideways orbit and extreme axial tilt. So, we can definitely, going to Mars, once that becomes more and more easy, I don't see why not. Like, if you have to bring some supplies, but you can definitely go and live on Mars. Mars is kind of similar to Earth. The surface of Mars, the sandy quality of Mars's surface. Mars has a very similar tilt as us, so we would experience the same seasons, just longer and colder. So if you like cool summers, then Mars is your planet, and I give you my full support to move there. I want some people to move to Mars. Because of its iron content. Mars has a lot of rust, basically. Okay? Ferrous oxide. Covered in a fine layer of iron oxide, which is the same compound that causes rust on Earth. If you like a rusty surface, which also has sand on it, Mars is your location. If you like the same seasons as Earth, but longer, because the year is going to be longer, and cooler, because it's going to be farther away from the sun, then Mars is your planet. I am telling you and giving you permission to move there. It's a BYOO planet. Bring your own oxygen, but but other than that and a sweater, you should be good. There you have it. You know what I mean? You know what I mean? It's a BYOS and BYOO planet. Bring your own oxygen and bring your own sweater. Bring a sweater and you should be finer. Ferrous oxide, yeah. Should be FeO2. If I'm not wrong. Whatever iron oxide is. So, or sorry, am I saying that right? What is the chemical composition of rust? Gemini. It's been a moment since I went to school for chemistry. I did it wrong. Fe2O3. 2 irons and 3 oxygens. Formed by the redox reaction between iron, oxygen, and water. It's a reddish-brown flaky substance containing various oxidation states of iron, including iron 3 oxide hydroxide, FeOOH, and iron hydroxide. So sorry, it is Fe2O3. Well, yeah, Mars doesn't have a nice atmosphere. That's a detail. What I like to tell people is Mars is just BYOO and BYOS. Bring your own oxygen and sweater, you should be fine. Because if you're risking going to Mars, do you even care about the radiation? And the people who, you know, lay outside on the beach all day without sunscreen on, do they care about radiation? So those types of details I just don't even bother with. Thank you, Ninja Fist. Thank you for the super chat. Thank you. Thank you indeed. Wait, what does it say? Oh, some Canadian dollar has also given a super chat. Thank you, Momo. Hello. Hi, Paul Gates. Thoughts on Eric Weinstein? I don't know. I don't have thoughts currently. Mars has high levels of surface radiation, approximately 40 to 50 times higher than Earth. So it helps that it's farther away from the sun, but it also doesn't help that it doesn't have a nice atmosphere, like us. But yeah, Fe2O3 for rust, which there is plenty of on Mars. If you like a little rust, go to Mars. Bring a sweater and bring your own oxygen. You should be just fine. I am not a healthcare provider. There's your disclaimer. Thank you, guys. Eric is extremely strange. Okay. Who is this Eric? Thank you for the super chats. Okay, let me now read about dark energy with you guys. I think we've done... Oh, wow. More Canadian dollars. Hello, Momo. Thank you so much. We've done a nice little background on all these topics. And so we will now continue with the topic that I have been. You sound smart. What you geeking on today? We're talking about dark energy mainly. Starting in 1 second here. Quantum leap to Mars. My seconds are a little longer though, because my gravitational well is very deep. Are you the queen bee? I am. How are you doing, Scott? Oindree bee, queen bee. I prefer hydrated ferric oxide. Thank you. Dark energy scientifically or spiritually? Scientifically. Hi, bruh. Can I teach tensor calculus? We can do that if you'd like. We might have to do that for members only. I'm not sure how much the public would. You know what I mean? I am not Canadian. I'm in Boston, darling. So tensor calculus, is that taught in Calc 3? Are you in Calc 3? Anirudh Ramkumar? We can certainly cover tensor calculus at some point. I might do that as a members only thing, okay? So that I can keep the focus. Hello, Matt. Debt Collector 00 has sent a torch. I think I missed it, but I see it here. Aw, thank you. Where is it? Where did it go? I wanted to heart it. Dark energy is more theoretically verifiable. I don't know about that. I think dark matter, we know definitely exists and we see the gravitational effects of it. We don't know what it is. I would say both are evidence-based. Whatever we know about them, we have theories as well as experiments. and measurements, okay? Debt collector 00 sent a torch. Thank you, debt collector. I wanted to say that again. Thank you, but I wanted to heart it and it went away. Sometimes things move too fast. Thank you, Steven. Where's my other glasses? I'm gonna put glasses on now for this. Okay. Did you guys subscribe? Don't let me find you unsubscribed. Don't do it. All right, so this is going to be in Neil deGrasse Tyson's voice. Is dark energy part of what drives the expansion? Yes! That is precisely what it is. Happy Friday the 13th. Oh my goodness. Hello, Nicola. Hello. Maki. Oh my gosh. If you go to Mars, I guess you can see us from a distance. Our blue dot. Okay. So, Neil deGrasse's introduction to dark energy here. As if you didn't have enough to worry about, the universe in recent decades was discovered to wield a mysterious pressure that issues forth from the vacuum of space and that acts opposite cosmic gravity. Thank you, Gabriella. Where is Gabriella's? Thank you, Gabriella. Yes, please, can you double tap? This book is from a library. It's from the Boston Public Library. So, as I was mentioning earlier, this has really been confirmed in the last few decades, okay? There's Baji behind me. So, as if you did not have enough to worry about, the universe in recent decades was discovered to wield a mysterious pressure. So I was telling you about negative energy of the vacuum. So this is kind of like another word, okay? Pressure that issues forth from the vacuum of space and that acts opposite cosmic gravity. So there is gravitation on a large scale, and then there is an anti-gravity thingy thing going on, which we call dark energy, which causes expansion of this universe, okay? Not only that, this negative gravity will ultimately win the tug of war as it forces the cosmic expansion to accelerate exponentially into the future. So this expansion is happening more than gravity can keep up with, okay? For the most mind-warping ideas of 20th century physics, just blame Einstein. Albert Einstein hardly ever set foot in the laboratory. He did not test phenomena or use elaborate equipment. He was a theorist who perfected the thought experiment in which you engage nature through your imagination. By inventing a situation or model and then working out the consequences of some physical principle. In Germany, before World War II, laboratory-based physics far outranked theoretical physics in the minds of most Aryan scientists. Jewish physicists were all relegated to the lowly theorists' sandbox and left to fend for themselves. And what a sandbox that would become. Physics and Germany. And Jewish people and their, theoretical pursuits. As was the case for Einstein, who is, of course, Jewish, and he had to flee Germany and came here to Princeton. So, as was the case for Einstein, if a physicist's model intends to represent the entire universe, then manipulating the model should be tantamount to manipulating the universe itself. Observers and experimentalists can then go out and look for the phenomena predicted by that model. If the model is flawed, or if the theorists make a mistake in their calculations, the observers will uncover a mismatch between the model's predictions and the way things happen in the real universe. That's the first cue for a theorist to return to the proverbial drawing board by either adjusting the old model or creating a new one. So, one of the most powerful and far-reaching theoretical models ever devised, already introduced in these pages, is Einstein's general theory of relativity. So, because Einstein's general theory of relativity explains gravitation, something that opposes gravitation, of course, brings up his theory and, kind of asks whether everything is good with that theory or not, like what's going on, right? So there is that. So you can call it GR after you know it better. Published in 1916, GR outlines the relevant mathematical details of how everything in the universe moves under the influence of gravity. So general theory of relativity is the updated theory for gravitation that upgrades from Newtonian gravitation, where Newtonian gravitation, of course, is an approximation. So it still gives you the right answer as an approximation, but for more precise answers, you should look to general theory of relativity, okay? I'm just putting my heat on because it's freaking cold. Okay. Every few years, lab scientists devise ever more precise experiments to test the theory, only to further extend the envelope of the theory's accuracy. So far, general theory of relativity has a lot of success in being tested and being correct. Predictions from this theory are still coming true, even to this date, okay? A modern example of this stunning knowledge of nature that Einstein has gifted us comes from 2016. Something that I like to talk about a lot. When gravitational waves were discovered by a specially designed observatory tuned for just this purpose. So gravitational waves are also a prediction of Einstein's general theory of relativity that he gave us in 1915, 1916, and then in 2016, 100 years later, he was proved correct when we discovered our first gravitational waves directly. Okay. So This is, by the way, the Laser Interferometer Gravitational Wave Observatory, or LIGO, which twinned in Hanford, Washington, and Livingston, Louisiana. A couple of these things are there to make up the LIGO instrument. These waves, predicted by Einstein, are ripples moving at the speed of light across the fabric of space-time. So ripples moving at the speed of light across the fabric of space-time. So, you know, interesting stuff. And are generated by severe gravitational disturbances, such as the collision of two black holes. It could also be collision of black hole and a neutron star, or a neutron star and a neutron star. What was really really interesting was that these types of events were associated with short gamma ray bursts, and the same event actually confirmed to us that yes, something like a black hole collision does also give us short gamma ray bursts. So this type of an event is a source of gamma rays, a source of gravitational waves, could be a source of some other particle, so it's truly, you can do multi-messenger astronomy nowadays with something like that. So it was very exciting. Okay. So anyway, and that's exactly what was observed, these gravitational waves. The gravitational waves of the first detection were generated by a collision of black holes in a galaxy 1.3 billion light years away, and at a time when Earth was teeming with simple single-celled organisms. So, we were quite a different planet at that time. While the ripple moved through space in all directions, Earth would, after another 800 million years, evolve complex life, including flowers and dinosaurs, and flying creatures, as well as a branch of vertebrates called mammals. Among the mammals, a sub-branch would evolve frontal lobes and complex thought to accompany them. We call those primates. A single branch of these primates would develop a genetic mutation that allowed speech, and that branch, Homo sapiens, would invent agriculture and civilization and philosophy and art and science. So that all happened in the last 10,000 years. Ultimately, one of its 20th century scientists would invent relativity out of his head and predict the existence of gravitational waves. A century later, so literally a century since Einstein's work, technology was capable of seeing these waves, and we finally caught up with that prediction just days before that gravity wave, which had been traveling for 1.3 billion years, washed over Earth and was detected. Thank you, Joshua. We will come to your question. It's an interesting question, but the Big Bang, unlike what its name suggests, is not necessarily an explosion. Now, it is true that we have been expanding since the Big Bang, but the Big Bang itself, the exact moment of our birth of this universe, is a singularity in classical physics. So we don't know exactly what happened in that moment. And in fact, I think we start to understand better after something like a very tiny amount of time, but it's like 10 to the minus 41 seconds or something, right? So this lack of it's called the Planck era, where the universe was so very tiny, and there's from time equal to 0 to this short time, we actually don't understand exactly what happened. But the Big Bang is not necessarily sort of an explosive thing in that sense. It universe was very tiny, hot, dense, energetic, singularity. But we want to understand better about this expansion, what exactly causes it, beyond beyond those words, if that makes sense, like beyond the like exactly what this energy, dark energy, if it's a negative pressure or something, or the vacuum, exactly what that is what we want to know. Okay, so we'll keep going. Hopefully he will get to this part. So when first proposed, most scientific models are only half-baked, leaving wiggle room to adjust parameters for a better fit in the known universe. In the sun-based heliocentric universe conceived by the 16th century mathematician Nicholas Copernicus, planets orbited in perfect circles. The orbit the sun part was correct and a major advance on the Earth-based geocentric universe, but the perfect circle part turned out to be a bit off. Actually, they were all ellipses, not circles. So Copernicus's basic idea was correct, and that's what mattered most. It simply required some tweaking to make it more accurate. Yet, in the case of Einstein's relativity, the founding principles of the entire theory require that everything must happen exactly as predicted. Einstein had, in effect, built what looks on the outside like a house of cards, with only 2 or 3 simple postulates holding up the entire structure. Indeed, upon learning of a 1931 book entitled 100 Authors Against Einstein, he responded that if he were wrong, then only one would have been enough. Therein were sown the seeds of one of the most fascinating blunders in the history of science. Einstein's new equations of gravity included a term he called the cosmological constant. So we've talked about this before, where Einstein had to put in a term in his equations to balance gravitation in the universe, because he didn't know about the expansion of the universe. And so he called it the cosmological constant, just what he came up with at that time. And later on, when he found out that actually the universe is expanding, he felt very, very, I guess, humiliated or embarrassed. And he called it his biggest blunder. But actually, even now, this cosmological constant is relevant in the sense that this is now what we consider basically this dark energy term. And it has become even more relevant upon finding how much it's affecting our universe and its expansion, okay? So anyway, so he called this cosmological constant, he gave it a Greek letter lambda. A mathematically permitted but optional term, the cosmological constant allowed him to represent a static universe. So he basically thought that the universe is static. There's no expansion, no contraction, it's just balanced against gravity. So how do we do that? Because if there's only gravitation, then why doesn't everything just collapse under gravitation? So he introduced a term, and he called it the cosmological constant, so something that holds the cosmos in a balance against gravity, okay? So that's where this cosmological constant term comes from. So there is some history associated with dark energy that we're currently covering, and that history also has to do with Einstein. So it's just kind of special, okay? Back then, the idea that our universe would be doing anything at all other than simply existing was beyond anyone's imagination. Because remember that back then, so something like 1915, 1916, we didn't even know how many galaxies there were, or that there were so many, okay? We kind of thought of the universe as maybe just this galaxy. But the fact that there is so many, the fact that this universe, is so endless, so big, once we started to do observations, and that really came from Hubble, we understood that this is like way bigger than what we think and what we could even imagine. Even our own galaxy is quite big. It is 100,000 light years across, okay? Our own galaxy, just the one galaxy that we're part of, is 100,000 light years across. So when you can't see very far away, or you just haven't developed all the instrumentation to peer more into the cosmos, where you would come to know about even more galaxies, because you just didn't do the, haven't started those observations yet, because for that we needed Hubble, you might think, oh, this is it. This, our galaxy is kind of it, right? But then Hubble showed us, oh my God, there is a lot of galaxies, and also about this expansion business, okay? So exactly how this universe, operates, or how much more there was to it, was something we couldn't have known at that time. It was literally impossible and beyond anyone's imagination. So we forgive him for coming up with the term that balances gravity and creates a static universe, because that's just what he thought. And in a sense, it's nice he did that, because it laid the foundation for the cosmological constant. It just has to evolve to now explain expansion of the universe versus keeping the universe static. So it actually competes and wins against gravity, not just balances gravity, is actually what's happening. But we wouldn't have known that then, okay? Thank you everybody for liking and subscribing. Can we please subscribe? Hi, Gabriella. Are you going to be the new Neil deGrasse? Oh, thank you. Looking at your comments really quickly. Hi, Michael. Hi, Suyesh. Yes, this is a book. This is Neil deGrasse Tyson's Astrophysics for People in a Hurry that I'm using for this particular bit. So exactly. Basically, the thing that's competing with gravitation is something. It could be sort of a negative pressure of the vacuum, because like pressure would be this way. Like if you're like pressing down on something, then that's compressing, right? But if it leads to expansion, then we call it maybe sort of a negative pressure of the vacuum. But you have to understand that we don't fully understand what this is. We call it dark energy because we don't fully get it, okay? But what we're talking about is that this topic is rooted in mathematics introduced by Einstein over 100 years ago in the general theory of relativity, when he introduced his cosmological constant. So it's not a new topic necessarily, but something we're still learning and researching about, because it is a mystery. Yeah, I decided to use a book from him for part of this. As far as the Newtonian mechanics is concerned, just remember that Newtonian gravitation is an approximately correct answer for gravitation. For the larger scales, you'd really want to do general theory of relativity, okay? Not Newtonian stuff. So like in the scale that we're talking about now, large scales, we would not be doing Newtonian physics anymore. Okay? We would be doing GR. So this is when, unfortunately, you say goodbye to Newton. Okay? Newtonian mechanics is fine for launching rockets, but that's pretty local phenomena. But Newtonian mechanics is not something that we would hold on to when we're trying to describe the entire universe, okay? But Newtonian mechanics is fine for day-to-day stuff, like us walking around on Earth, or even us and the moon, or launching rockets. But those are small things compared to the expansion of the entire universe. The cosmological constant is a mathematical term that Einstein introduced to balance out against gravity in the universe. Turns out, it is actually, gravitation is not just balanced, but it is rivaled and beat basically by dark energy, whatever that is, right? Dark energy is a mystery. Sometimes it is quoted as a negative pressure of the vacuum because it's making space itself, you know, expand, and distances get larger between us and distant galaxies. Do I think gravity can be quantized? I hope so. Would I want a particle or some, some explanation of gravitation by particle physics? Yes, I would like that. Right now, the problem is that particle physics does not explain gravitation, and gravitation, as in general theory of relativity, does not explain particle physics. So there is a gap there. Like a balloon, yes, you got it. The expansion is, you can think of it as like a balloon. How a balloon expands, universe is expanding. Distances at large scales are getting bigger. That is what we're talking about. So yeah, it's kind of like a motion of, something. So yeah. Give me a second. I wouldn't necessarily call it emotion, really, but sure. But I would not bring Newtonian mechanics into this because I fear that Newtonian mechanics can't really help you here. Okay. Snow bunny. Can people subscribe, please? Thank you so much. Do you think our universe is the inside of a black hole? I don't know. We cannot know what is inside a black hole, darling. The answer is I don't know. It's not my fault that we cannot know what is inside a black hole, all right? So I don't know. But thank you for the question. Do I believe that a parallel universe is influencing our own? This is very true. I love that comment. Einstein did not simply discard Newton's work. Of course, he wanted to show that Newtonian results were being found in general theory of relativity when speeds are slow, gravity is weak, distances are not cosmic. The multiverse could exist, but I don't know about that either, okay? I only know about this universe, and even that is pretty tough. And we don't know everything about our own universe, so I really don't know about other parallel universes. There very well maybe, but I'm kind of not really a fan of multiverse, actually. I don't think I can handle any more universes than our own. Thank you, Birdie. So redshift, somebody asked what redshift is. Redshift is simply a shift of the wavelength of light towards the red, as in basically if you have light of a certain frequency, immediately you have light of a certain wavelength. And if the wavelengths get bigger, because, you know, in our spectrum, basically the red light has a longer wavelength than, say, blue light. So redshift is really nothing so mysterious. It's a very common concept in astronomy and actually in many other topics as well. It's basically kind of like a Doppler shift. If you've heard of Doppler shift, this is basically that, okay? Now, the causes of redshift in astronomy can be a few different causes, but we'll go over that. But basically, redshift is simply, the word redshift simply means you've got light of a certain frequency and wavelength, and you are shifting the wavelength of light towards the red, as in you're increasing the wavelength because of whatever reasons. So the light you get is going to be shifted in wavelength than its original source. This happens when you know, ambulances or some car making a noise, when it goes right by you, you can hear a difference. So this happens with sound as well. So even with sound waves, you can actually see, you can hear the frequency get higher or lower because of Doppler shift reasons. And the same thing can happen for light, because light too is a wave. It's an electromagnetic wave, works totally different than sound, but it too is a wave, which has a wavelength, a frequency. And if you shift the wavelength to be bigger, or the frequency to be smaller, or sorry, yes, the frequency to be smaller and the wavelength to be bigger, then you would get a red shifted light. If you somehow shift the wavelength down and the frequency up, then you would get blue shifted light. Okay, so blue shift, red shift, these things are nothing too difficult. It is simply a changing of the frequency and the wavelength of the light that you're receiving for some reason. Just like you could hear the sound wave from a source, if it's going by you or something, change the frequency and the wavelength of the sound wave change. Same thing as an observer of light waves, you could see it as being red shifted. Okay. Class 8 question answer. Okay. It's okay to ask these questions. It's completely fine. Oh, you're driving. Where are you driving to at this hour? Unspoken said that they're driving. Yes, these are good questions. Redshift is, the concept of redshift is very relevant in astronomy. So by the way, there's a few different ways. Doppler redshift is because of the relative motion of the source and the observer. This is the one that I was just mentioning with some car or an ambulance's that thing's frequency increasing or decreasing depending on the relative motion of the observer and the source. That is a Doppler redshift, okay? Then there is gravitational redshift. How does that work? So now, you know that we're talking about redshift means it's something to do with wavelengths or and frequency. So what happens is, because gravitation can, as you know, in general relativity, gravitation bends space-time. So it can cause time dilation near around massive objects. The more massive objects will have time running slower around them. And so gravitational redshift is an effect that you can get because of time dilation. Okay, so this would be kind of different. See, it's the same thing, wavelength and frequency getting shifted, but because of different reasons. Okay, so the Doppler one I told you about, the TU example, which is easy to explain with sound waves. Gravitational redshift is because time dilation is happening, which will affect your frequency, because frequency is 1 over time. Okay. And then there is also, lastly, I'm glad somebody asked about redshift here, because you will see, last but not least, you can actually have redshift because of our expansion of the universe. So it's very important to understand redshift indeed, because we actually use redshift as a concept to understand how far sources of light are from us. Okay, so actually in astronomy, redshift is very important. The supernova data set that I mentioned that they looked at, that they basically used to prove expansion and its acceleration of this universe, used actually redshift data of various supernova or supernovas, you know. So it's incredibly important to get it right. So once again, as a topic, it's not difficult. It's a shift of the wavelength and the frequency of the light that you're receiving, but the reason for it can be different. So Doppler can be one, gravitational redshift can be one, and then another reason is the cosmological expansion. So due to the expansion of the universe, you know, you could pick up on a different redshift of a source of light, like a galaxy far, far away, than you were expecting. Okay, like let's say, or galaxy or some other source. It could be the supernova source or something, you know. Like basically, if you are expecting a certain redshift from a certain source of light, and everything else is a constant, but you actually picked up on a bigger redshift, then that one is caused by the expansion of the universe. Okay, so they looked at sources that should be basically same redshift, but they got that, you know, they were different, and that difference comes from expansion of the universe. Okay, so so yeah, basically, I hope I can explain this one well, because it's very, very foundational and basic concept in astronomy that people have to use all the time. And so what you asked is a very excellent question. Nothing, something, you know, important like that is a great question. So so yeah, keep in mind about the various ways in which you can get redshift. You can get from Doppler because of the down thing. You can get because of gravitational redshift, because of time dilation, and you can get it because of the expansion of the universe itself. Cosmological redshift is what we call that one. Okay, universe is expanding. That can stretch the distance between us and a distant source, making it appear to be more redshifted than it should be. And let's say we have information about how redshifted it would be, it should be based on other things, and we find, oh my God, you know, the redshift is more. So right now they're actually trying to do this type of work even better, collect even more such data. So you will often hear in relation to dark energy, they people talking about, we need to collect more redshift data. So this question connects with that. Okay, we need to collect more and more redshift data from more and more farther away sources to properly understand exactly how this expansion is working. The redshift that we pick up on is going to tell us about expansion in this universe, which is very critical, right? It's a absolutely, totally critical thing for us to measure. Hi, Gabriella. When people feel embarrassed, they also redshift, I guess. Great explanation. Thank you. The truth is saying great explanation. Thank you so much. Twinkling of stars, if I understand correctly, has to do with our atmosphere. Okay, generally stars are too far away to really, for us to like pick up on any twinkling with our naked eyes. That would not have to do with our atmosphere. So stars are distant sources of light. Even the nearest one, other than the sun, of course, is quite far away. So when you're picking up on a distant source of light that comes through our atmosphere, it twinkles. Okay, whereas planets, they're much closer, and we see a lot more luminosity of their reflected sunlight. So basically, you know, you don't get the same twinkling of the planets. But you know, stars, whatever you do pick up from stars, whatever light, etc., etc., depending on the situation, could be redshifted because of various reasons, like the ones that I just talked about. Is it frozen? Is my life frozen? Hi, Swish. Oh, it was a joke of my long pauses. Will you pick me up from the Boston airport? I'm coming from India. No, because I am afraid of driving around the airport and nor do I have a car, so you have to call Uber. Bunny, yes it is. It's no secret. It sometimes freezes. Could teleportation be possible? By the way, is tomorrow Valentine's Day? When is it? Oh no, yeah, okay. On Saturday, okay. I'm gonna do a Valentine's Day special live to remind you what is really important in life, not a Valentine, but physics. What's your favorite color? It's pink and red. Pink and I said red, so maybe it's red. Pink, red, black. So I did not get farther in the book, and I'm thinking I might just continue with the dark energy topic next time, because some people have asked really nice, good questions, and I would rather, it's good that we set sort of this foundation of dark energy. We talked about redshift and some of these other relevant things tonight, because that's going to be very important to our dark energy topic. But it's a very nice topic, and we covered a little bit. Pretty much he was putting the foundation of general relativity, which is good, and we can continue that next time, because I'm getting a little tired of talking. I'd rather look at the questions for a bit. I hope you like my glasses. I should find the link for this and tell you guys. Oh, that's right, temperature. So if you guys are asking about the blue or redness of stars, that does have to do with temperature. Yes. Don't remind you? Okay. Well, I have plans for Valentine's Day. I'm going to the movies with my friend. So, I mean, I'm not about to be sad. I have embraced it. Valentine's Day is very important to me. I make sure that I am very happy on Valentine's Day. And I have tickets to the movies this year. And so I'm going to have a great time. But before I go, I think I will do a live, so I can do a Valentine's Day special live. What do you guys think? Maybe we can all be each other's Valentines. And we can have a great time. Oh my gosh, happy birthday to Ari. Physics is definitely more important than Valentine. So we're all gonna be each other's Valentine and do it together, okay? On Valentine's Day. So be sure to come to class and chime in. Do not miss physics over being sad over Valentine's. They might name it that. Thank you. Happy birthday to Ari. Oh, God. You don't like my glasses? Let me wear my other ones. I have more than one. Love that Valentine's special. The questions will get better and better. I hope so. Okay, guys, it's kind of hurting my eyes now to look at things because everything was so yellow, and now I'm being kind of blinded. I am blind. My night vision glasses were keeping me safe. Hello, Sergio. Thank you, Barry. It's 1 star usually. I'm gonna watch Wuthering Heights, a lovely romance, I hope. Wuthering Heights. Thank you, please like and share and subscribe. Why are you saying friend in quotes? Boston George loves you. Thank you. Why is my accent different? Hello, Barry. Arizona. All right, guys. I wore a different ring today. See, I bought this this one I bought myself. It's not a sponsored product. It's not shining as much as it does. It's a pink crystal. It got this for me. I'm in the Valentine's mode already. I'm wearing pink and red, guys. Pink and red. Only pink and red for me. Because it's Valentine's. It's Valentine's, guys. Hi, Tarun Sharma. Oh, sorry. I thought you were Gabriella. Hello, Gabriel. My name is Gabriel, not Gabriella. Oh, sorry, I've been reading the A. Gabriel Aguilar. Valentine's Day is a conspiracy. It might be. Yes. A conspiracy, a commercial holiday, whatever you want to call it. But I wear pink and red for Valentine's. I just do. Does the sun have a magnetic field? Yes. Boston George, are you new to the channel? You should definitely subscribe. If you keep coming back to these lives, they will make a lot more sense. Can we get 20,000 subscribers? Oh my goodness gracious me. I don't even know. By the way, guys, thank you for enjoying my other videos. I do have, I do these lives, but I also post other videos, shorts, clips, and I appreciate your support and love on those videos as well when you see them, okay? That really means a lot. Have fun. So I got movie tickets for me and my friend. And then guess where this friend is taking me the next day? To a gurdwara, like a temple type of situation. I'm like, I'm taking you for a romantic drama. It's gonna be passionate. And then he's taking me the next day to a temple. Which is totally fine. I'll just have to make sure I wear something right for the temple. I asked him though, what is going on with the temple? As in, is there going to be food there? And he said yes. He knows that I like food. Are you married? No. Not that I know of anyways. Happy Valentine's Day. Oh, thank you, Ben. You sing Millennia. I have a lot of catching up on to do. Thank you, Pumbafo. Pumbafo is saying I love you, Oindree. Oh, thank you. Love you too. An order of 20,000 subscribers coming up. Thank you, Swish. These lessons are hitting hard. Okay, good job, Boston George. Boston George, you should tell your mother, your sister, your lover, your neighbor, everybody about this channel as soon as you park the car in the yard. And keep coming back to these lives. I know we need 100,000 subscribers, guys. We do. We do. Thank you, Ben. I got none of those, or I would. So by the way, guys, I am seeing some of your questions. Some of these are pretty, you know, intricate topics, and you'll have to come back to these lives so for us to cover all of them. String theory we have talked about in the past. You can definitely go check out my earlier lives, and I'm sure we will bring it back and talk about it again. But please do keep asking these questions when you see me again at another live so that I can, you know, continue to cover the topics as you wish. You'll come back after packing? Good. Ben, you should tell your friends too. Where is the rest of Israel? Or, you know, whoever else. Everybody in the house, subscribe. Let me change the details of the live, and then we will say goodnight. I'll change the thumbnail. Oh, thank you, Gabriel. Thank you, Gabriel, for the bronze medal. Oh, thank you, Gabriel, for the gift. I love this flower. Not tonight. We're not talking string cheese. Thank you, Gabriel, for the Sunday. Bring it on. Bring your Sundays to the chat, guys. We'll say goodnight here really soon. I think Suesh asked me if I can speak Hindi. And then he went to feed his chickens. There's cats here, yes. One of them is right there. See? Here. With the thanks to the universe. Thank you, God. Evil eye remove. Go feed your chickens. I love that. Favorite verb or chapter? Hi, Jacob. Ben, can you answer? I will let Ben answer that. I think he knows better than me. I'm still very cold. Is it because I went swimming? I have the heat on. My tea is cold, of course. Hello. Hi, Betty. You guys are so sweet. Boston, George. It's because you need a nice Italian man around. Well, where's the pasta, Boston, George? I do love myself some carbonara and some linguine. What I need is Italian food. Can you cook? I need pasta. I got it on tap, my dear. Oh my gosh. I'm sold. I'm ready. Ravioli. No, my favorite is linguine. Carbonara. Mamma mia. I love going to Italy. They love me there. You're in Connecticut? That's too far. That is too far. Just become my subscriber. Be a good subscriber. Physics one aside of quantum mechanics. Connecticut is a universe all of its own with very bad traffic, yes. Hello, Raphael. Oh, your chickens are not hungry? I love Italian food, man. Are there a lot of Italians in Connecticut? Oh, you're a top fan. So #1 top fan right now. So you are ranking in the top fans. #1 top fan right now is Joshua. #2 is Gabrielle. #3 is Momo. #4 is Steven. #5 is Ben. #6 is Northern Verses. #7 is Unspoken. #8 is Victor. #9 is Debt Collector. #10 is Tyrone. So basically they're ranking the top fans of the live stream. Thank you so much, guys. #2, you're #2 right now. So if you do more gifts, you'll probably become #1. Love ya, Oindree. Hello, beautiful. Hello. There is at least one Italian in Connecticut. Ever had onion Baji? I'm sure I have, and I would love to more. I love food, but I don't like to make it. Woohoo, lucky #7. Thank you for being here, darlings. What is your number, Suesh? And I think you were asking about my Hindi, and I do know Hindi. Suesh, I'm having to scroll a lot to find you. #18, Suesh. That's your number. Thank you guys. You've been very sweet today, saying I'm gorgeous and all this. I'm looking at myself and I look kind of tired today, so I appreciate the kind comments. Well, Raphael, you just joined. I don't even know if you're ranking yet. You might want to like and double tap a lot for me to find you. I'll check in a bit, Raphael. You're in trouble. Gabriel has done a flower. Thank you, Gabriel, for the heart. Gabriel might be becoming #1 soon. We'll see. I'll check what happens. You and I will look picture perfect. Oh my goodness. In what way? Thank you, Ligor. I look like from Brazil. Yeah, so in Boston, people think I'm from Brazil. By the way, I want to go to Brazil soon. Do you think they'll think that I'm just, from there? I should do fine then, right? At my gym, whenever someone talks to me, they think I'm from Brazil. It's true. Made me remember the power of science and the physics behind a pretty lady. Oh, a potent force. Thank you. I don't have a Portuguese accent, but if I don't talk, then they might think I'm from Brazil, right? The vice president's wife is pregnant. Is that true? I should ask which vice president of which club or the country. I don't know. I mean, I don't think I will be mute. Hi, Mike Hent. Beautiful, smart, but a real con artist? In what way, darling? Or did you want me to talk about Jesus? Is that what this is? We can talk about wormholes next time. Who is this lovely? Share my WhatsApp number, Swish? Do you want my social security number as well? Swish, go back and hug your wife. And get her a ring for this comment. Do not play with me. Do not. Do I love what? Man, what are you saying? Wormholes is a very spicy topic. I want more time with it. Next time. Next time, bring it up. Bring it up next time, for sure, okay? Do you see my cut? This is a cut on my skin, not a pimple. I was scratched today. Thank you. Thank you, Robbie. Got it. Next time, take note. Thank you. Ben, thank you for being so helpful. You know first aid. What's your job, Boston George? And why are you called Boston George if you're in Connecticut? How misleading. Hi, Linda. I come with linguine and bandages. Aw. So I'm not craving some linguine, honestly. I want linguine in like a brown sauce. I do say Connecticut weird. I say the C. I can't bring myself to say Connecticut. I could, but I refuse. I say Connecticut. I say the C in it. I don't say Connecticut. I could, but I refuse. Why is every girl's eyebrows on look like... Okay, I don't know what you're saying. Connecticut. Suesh is reassuring me that I should take him so seriously and give him my number. Right here on the chat. I'm just happy you didn't ask for my driver's license number and social security number. Just my phone number. You're funny. You're funny. You're very, very funny. Aadhaar card. Stop yawning. Why, darling? Okay, where is the dark energy thumbnail that I made with my own two hands? I can't... Wait, did I not make one? Oh my gosh, you guys. I think I didn't make one. Whatever. It'll be a related thumbnail. I like your eye, just one of them. I know you're not a scammer. Oh. I didn't care that you look like neon. Baby, you so beautiful to me. Neon? What is that? A color? Pooja vibes. Okay. Oh, Jesus Christ. I don't know about neon. I don't really watch much TV myself because I am TV. One eyebrow is higher than the other. Baby, come back, Bumblebee. Neon is a streamer and you don't look like him. Okay. I don't watch much of these people. So I don't know. I'm actually excited because I'm going to a movie after so long. Oh, thank you. Thank you, DJ DP24, for the torch. Thank you. I just saw the torch. I usually sometimes don't catch it. I saw your torch. Thank you. In classical physics, yes, the inside of a black hole has a singularity. So if something compresses down to a black hole, it will have a singularity inside of it, okay? Classically. Thank you, Jesus. Gabriel needs a friend. Okay. We're all friends here. Don't go to Gurudwaras with that boy. Wait for me. You seem innocent. It's refreshing. One eyebrow is higher than the other. There's Baji, by the way. I think if you're in this angle, then it's different. But I don't mind a lack of symmetry. In physics, we like symmetry, but I don't know about my face. My face might do okay without the symmetry. But actually, I kind of like this angle more. Oh my gosh. Do you see my face like this? Oh my god, look at that. You can see my face more. What are 3 important values you find important in a person? Okay, first of all, I'll put this down because enough is enough. Ben is not from this country. Hello, Ben. We are here from all different countries and not support. Where are you from? The relationship between symmetry and asymmetry is balanced and nested. Symmetry is 1. Hi, how are you doing today? Hello, Joseph. Joseph Sazazabao. Hello. All right, what are we calling this again, Ben? I might just keep this same name, dark energy name. Yes, I can whistle. I actually learned how to whistle. I couldn't originally whistle. Let's see if Baji will respond to my whistling. I can't do it. Ben, you're American? Oh. Highbrow energy. Marry me, I will tell the children stories of the universe. Oh God. Can you just adopt some children and tell them stories of the universe and tell them to like, share, subscribe, and come to my channel and learn physics and double tap? Please adopt some children. Is that ring real? It's a real crystal, but I mean, it's not a diamond. I like babies, but I feel like there are babies already who need to be adopted. And I think that if you want babies, you should go adopt some and make them all subscribe to my channel. I don't know why, but I can't whistle much more than this. Chickens. Oh, these earrings. We're not rescuing dogs. Why not? You're the only baby I want to adopt. This is not a ruby. See, it's like this brownish color. I don't know. Actually, don't know. This is a gift. It's probably a crystal. Patrick? Gabriel, you're #1 now. So Gabriel currently is #1 top fan. #2 is Joshua. #3 is Momo. #4 is Steven. #5 is Ben. So Gabriel, you are now #1. Thank you so much. Oh gosh, that kind of hurts. What? Thank you, Abraham. Any advice for a 35-year-old dude? I don't know what kind of advice. What kind of advice are we talking about? In what aspect of life, my dear? Any advice for a 35-year-old dude? Oh, somebody said to drink water. I like that. Yes, please drink water and take care of your health. Buy silver and hold it for as long as you can. Okay. Just be a man, brother. Says Northern, not me. You're not joking. You love me. Thank you, Abraham. Can you do a super chat to show your love? 68-year-old player? Of what sport, my dear? Be a man, embrace the pain. What's my favorite pizza topping? All meat. Bacon. Actually, I love a Meat Lovers, which comes with like all kinds of meat on it. But I think, okay, let me think about it. I love bacon. I love onions. I love olives, black olives. Thank you, Swish. Swish has done a super chat. Goodness gracious me, thank you. Thank you, my dear. I'm not a vegetarian. What? So I like bacon, onions, black olives, plenty of cheese, garlic. Now I'm getting hungry. You know who makes the very best pizzas? I do. Where is my pizza, Boston George? Meat lovers, but I also like the works, yeah. I like bacon, onions, black olives, extra cheese, butter, garlic, more butter to dip it in. Ah! Mmm! Oh, I haven't had a pizza in so long. I eat bacon. See, Suesh is out. Oh, Ram. I told you, you have to adopt your children. I cannot help you there. I eat bacon. On my pizza. I don't really cook it much, but if somebody offers me it on pizza, I'll eat it. I'm not a vegetarian, guys. I'm sorry. I'm sorry. Thank you, Adeline. Please come back again. Swish is saying I'm a strict vegetarian. Bye. Oh my god. This is the first time this is happening to me. A subscriber is leaving because I'm not vegetarian. Nah. Strict vegetarian. Goodbye. It was nice having you. Hello, Reliance. We are finding world peace here by sharing our love for pizza. Oh God. Unliked and unsubscribed. I am shooketh. I am shooketh. How come you don't have a boyfriend? See what's happening here? As soon as I said that I eat bacon, he ran away. I am shooketh. I am shooketh. Jill, you're being very weird. Go talk to your mother. My mom eats bacon too. Oh, you mean Joe's mother. Joe, you need to get your situation figured out, properly sorted, get ready for school, shut your mouth, and go talk to mother. And stop. Okay? Just stop. I'm not telling you guys anything more about what I eat and don't eat. People are unsubscribing because I'm not vegetarian. Please. I said that my favorite topping on pizza is bacon, and immediately the people that ask for my number are running. They're running for their lives. And then people are asking, how come you're single? How come you're single? Blah, blah, blah. See what the Indian guys are like? Not that I want to be with them at all, but see? That's 2 billion people right there. Thank you, Raphael. Raphael is like, everyone please like, share, and subscribe. Guys, I've eliminated 2 billion people based on just my diet. How many billions are left? Joe, you're 15 years old. Shut your mouth, shut up, sit down, and talk to your mother. I'm your mother's age. Do not disrespect me, you piece of garbage. You need a true meat-loving Sicilian man who will make you real pizza and talk physics with you. Well, if you're a piece of garbage, it doesn't matter what age you are. I don't want to be ageist to the garbage. A Sicilian man. Is that your heritage, or are you actually from Sicily? Boston, George. My eyebrows are garbage? Okay. See? Why do you do this to yourself? Now Ben had to time you out. It's your heritage. Sicilian heritage and can make Italian food. Okay. That reminds me of my ex-husband. Exact same heritage. I'll tell you about Raphael's age. Raphael is only 26. Be nice to him. He's basically a kid. You're Italian, Arabic, Irish, and German. Oh my gosh, you're everything. Okay, that's not the same. I need a purely Sicilian man. Purely Sicilian. I'm just kidding. Constantine, get this. Hello, Constantine. It's better than the same. Trust me, I'm the evolved version. I mean, that you're probably right. You're probably right. I have French, Austrian, Spanish, Native American ancestry. You wouldn't believe who I'm related to. Who? Elizabeth Warren? I don't know. Who are you related to? Genghis Khan? We're all related to him. Netherlands, just Dutch. Hi, Gabriel. Gabriel, you're still the top #1 fan. What is my name? My name is in my username. You can read it. It's got a lot of vowels. Yeah. Everybody is related to that Genghis Khan. Isn't that so? What's her ethnicity? Hello, Aditya. Also the guy that was responsible for the sack of Antwerp. You really have a beautiful smile, girl. Thank you. Hello to Los Angeles. Just midnight for you guys. Oh, I love that. Be respectful or square root of 0. Ben, you're so funny. Ben, you're too funny. Ben is funny. Hello, Grady. Yes, the first part is my name. The B is an add-on. Where are you from? Where do you think I'm from? Saber, hello. Thank you for the bronze medal. Thank you, Saber. I feel like I've seen you before. Thank you, Saber, for the gift. Oh, you're related to the Queen of Spain or something? Thank you, Kelvin Farley. Hello, my girl. You're absolutely beautiful as a red rose. Thank you. Will I get some red roses this Valentine's Day? Do you think my friend will bring me roses? What if he doesn't? Should I remind him? Hey, can you come with flowers? So we can take pictures? He likes flowers. He expects flowers from his dates. I'm from my mama. I'm from England, London. London, England? Okay. You should rewind, Saber. We talked about the physics stuff earlier. Hello to Australia. Thank you to Switzerland. Aww. I'm not buying flowers. I already bought the movie tickets. I'm not gonna buy flowers. No. But he might get me flowers. He's really sweet. I am not from South India, but try again. This guy likes flowers. Aww. Aww. Not. Okay. You look familiar, sound familiar. My brain is not braining. Looking at you. I hope I become more and more familiar. As in, more subscribers. You like flowers. Men usually get flowers only on their graves. Aww. That's not nice. Okay, fine. I'll get men some flowers. I can do that, I suppose. Hi, Antonio. I think Baji is snoring. Yeah, okay. I was like, what is that noise? I'm looking up at Sachi. Hi, Sachi, Mama. Mama loves you. It's like a whistling sound. Baji's snoring, guys. My physics has put Baji to sleep at the level of snoring. Look at him. His face is like down. Baji is snoring. These are night vision glasses. Aditya, are you Bengali? Yes, I am. Good job. These are night vision glasses, guys. Get with it. I ate soup today. You Googled my name. Oh! That's cheating. Yes, I'm from the same part of the world as the Royal Bengal tigers. Correct. Part tiger. Yes. Progresso soup. That's what I ate today. With joy. যদি তোর ডাক শুনে কেউ না আসে তবে একলা চলো রে. That is where I'm from. যদি তোর ডাক শুনে কেউ না আসে তবে একলা Okay, let's say goodnight, guys. I'm all done. I'm cold and I need to go to bed. Do I live in Europe? No. I live pretty close to Europe. The next session will be on Valentine's Day for Valentine's Day special, so that we remember what's really important in life, and it is physics and not getting swept away by some Valentine nonsense. But then I'm gonna go to the movies. I'll show you guys my Valentine's Day outfit. Come join us live on Valentine's Day in the afternoon. None of this commercial Valentine stuff. Until next time. Am I a Marvel fan? Sort of. I'm going to a romance drama. Guess which movie I'm seeing. Guess. I'm seeing a romantic, drama-filled affair. Romantic drama is what I bought the tickets for. Oh, 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 Baji's up. Baji, Baji. Oh, Baji Papa. Baji Papa. Baji Papa. Thank you. Until next time. Baji Papa. Baji Papa is up. Baji Papa. I miss being weird like you. I'm Libra. Yes, from Antarctica, but I'm a Libra. Come on. The Virgo girl, really? Oh my gosh. How could you? I'm a Libra. Wrong pole. Have you learned nothing from me? I just really don't like when people are not accurate. I'm a Libra. Libras and Leos go hand in hand? I don't think so. I think Leos go well with Aquarius. You should find yourself an Aquarian. I'm too smart to be a Virgo. For real. How could you? I'm not an earth sign, darling. I'm not an earth sign, darling. I'm flabbergasted. Capricorn I like. I love Capricorn. They're very hardworking people. Pisces? No. Oh God, no. Oh my God. Scorpio maybe. Although they are pretty dangerous. You had an aquarium once? I'm thinking you should get an Aquarian as an Aquarius sign person. Scorpio gang. I'm not a Scorpio, but you know. What's that night vision glass? This is becoming hilarious. It does usually, doesn't it? You had one of those too, but she left me. Why did she leave? Did she find someone else? Capricorn is good. I like Capricorn. My grandfather was a Capricorn, and I like him. But Virgo? Virgo is okay. Virgo is like an okay sign. I don't want to be okay. Gemini. Actually, Gemini and Libra get along pretty well. Those glasses are section C? What do you mean? Good night, everybody. Oh, the movie is Wuthering Heights. I'm excited. I loved this comment. D. Silva said, I miss being weird like you. Thank you. And I hope that you get to be weird soon. Are you a refrigerator? Oh my God. Get this. Get this. My moon sign is also Libra and my rising is a Cancer. We're talking astrology now, guys. I'm so sorry. This is no longer about astronomy, astrophysics, cosmology, and physics, which is the usual topics. Now we're doing astrology. Can you put your hair up in a bun? Yes, for $500. I am a Libra, Sun, Moon, Venus, Mercury, Gemini, Mars, Cancer rising. Leo is my Jupiter. So in work, I'm like a Leo, which is good. I love it. My Pluto is in Scorpio. But I'm actually I have a bunch of Capricorn too. Like I have some planets in Capricorn, but I am hugely Libra. I'm actually mostly Libra. Like my main is Libra and Cancer rising, and I have a bunch of Capricorn. Just saying. Just saying, guys. Just saying. I don't know what my ideal partner sign is. I don't know. I don't know. Why are you so deranged? Why not, darling? Leos have a big potential. Thank you. ASMR. Good night, silly girl. Really? Good night. Good night and sleep tight, okay? I gotta go. It's so cold. I mean, Scorpio is pretty... They can... Honestly, I kind of like a Scorpio. They like feel very deeply and they have like that brooding, you know, type of thing going on. I like a Scorpio to some extent. I don't know about a full-on relationship with a Scorpio. I did study astronomy, not astrology, but I dabble. Capricorns are the best. To be honest, and this live is a proof to that, Capricorns are the best. See, Ben is a Capricorn, and he's been supporting me and helping me. I think Capricorn and Libra might be the best combo for a nice, healthy partnership, business or otherwise. Capricorns are smart. Libras are smart. Shades inside is a powerful. I don't care. I love a hardworking Capricorn. Look at Ben. Libra is air, Capricorn is earth, but Capricorn is probably my favorite earth sign because they are hardworking as frick, and I love that. Libras just can't help being charismatic. You know, that's the problem. Like, we just can't help it. Just can't help being charismatic and flirtatious. You know, it doesn't mean that, you know, like, we're harmless. Just charismatic and flirtatious. Can't help it. Oh, you're a Capricorn that's not hardworking? Oh, God. Thank you, WTAP. I'm not hardworking. Is that a wedding ring? It's not a wedding ring. This is very true. The Scorpios that I know are very fun and run. They don't like commitment. And I'm talking about like both, you know, just friends and stuff that I know as well. Love it. I'm a Capricorn. I'm at work right now. My wife is a Cancer. She drives me nuts. Is she very emotional? Who are the most committed? I think I cry a lot sometimes because I have a Cancer rising. Because as a Libra, like logically, I really know that I should not be, but I can't help it because I have a water sign rising. So yeah, I get it. A Cancer can cry a lot. But I'm thinking about who's the most committed. Honestly, I don't know. Let me ask Gemini. Let me ask Google Gemini, who is the most committed sign? It's 333. Someone said I was a crier. I'm not usually, but if I'm driven to crying, it can be a lot of crying. And I blame my Cancer rising. It cannot be my Libra, for sure. Libra people are happy people. And intelligent people. So we should know better than to cry, right? Um, the most common zodiac sign in the US is, by the way, Virgo, because everybody is born in that freaking time, apparently. Um, who is the most committed? I don't know. It might. I don't freaking know. I want to know though. Oh my god. Shut up. How could you? Okay. Definitely not a Gemini. Oh no, 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 no. A Gemini is not committed at all, for sure. Okay. Based on astrological analysis by Google Gemini, Taurus, Cancer, Scorpio, and Capricorn are widely considered the most committed and loyal zodiac signs. I didn't say it was a true science, and I'm not an expert in astrology at all. It's just 3 in the morning and we're chit-chatting. Okay, so Taurus, Cancer, Scorpio, and Capricorn. So look at you. I can definitely confirm that Capricorn is probably a very committed sign. The Capricorns I know. Taurus, same thing. Cancer, I didn't know. And then Scorpio is obviously a shocker to me. I don't know too many very committed Scorpions. I can definitely see Taurus. They're stubborn. Taurus being committed, right? Leo is not the best. I mean, I have some Leo in career, but like Leo is a prideful sign. Taurus, Cancer, Scorpio. Oh my gosh. I know a Taurus guy and he's a very nice guy. And he's gonna probably be very committed when he gets into a relationship. I can see that. Yeah, so like your sun sign is just the one thing, but you can have a moon sign, a Venus sign, all the different things. You're committed? Okay. Hi, Anthony. What is February 19th? I don't know. Probably an Aquarius or a Pisces. I'm going to look it up. Oh my God. It's a Pisces. Oh. 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 Selectrovert. Hi, Benny. What's your beef with us Pisces? Actually, I have a friend who is a woman who is a very wonderful friend of mine. So I have nothing against a Pisces woman. But Pisces men? Ugh. Pisces do suck. They're so sensitive. Exactly. They're too much. Exactly. Toxic as... Exactly. They're toxic. So toxic. Oh my God. Completely twisted in the head. Nobody parties like a Pisces. Okay. I have 2 birthdays too. I have 2 birthdays. A Hindu one and a, what do you call? Julian one. All right. I'm not religious. Not really. I'll tell you about my 2 birthdays next time. I was born twice. You don't know your Hindu birthday? Well, too bad and so sad. My Hindu birthday was Diwali. So everybody knows my Hindu birthday. Like, I get wished twice. My family members, because Diwali, obviously, you know, is a big festival, important day. I'm a Diwali baby. So that's my Indian birthday. I'm a Diwali baby. Or Kali Pujo. You know, in Bengali culture, it is really Kali Pujo. Kali Pujo, Diwali, that day was when I was born. Oh, that's right. The name of the company. These glasses are from Jeff Fu. Where's the link? Let me give you the link. Ben, do you have the link? Did you get the glasses for your wife? See you next time. They're not prescription, they're a brand thing actually. Oh god. Oh god. Oh my god. This link, man. I'll be saying what later? So, here's the link to these glasses. You can go buy them. They're pretty affordable. Oh yeah. I will get sleep. I don't even know if it worked. I think it's, whatever. I'll put the link in the description later on. Did it work? Penny, she's in school. super duper able to find the link. I think I got it. Is it working? I think it worked, right? But you can't click on it? I think you can. Right? I thought you could. Whatever. I don't know. I'll do it later. Bye, guys. Thank you so much. Good night. Have a great night. See you next time. Please come back on Valentine's Day, okay? We will study more and we will do Valentine's Day together. Don't you dare. You missed it. Yeah, you have to rewind, Justin, because we did talk about dark energy earlier. Like, we covered the physics stuff earlier and then we were chit-chatting for a while. So yeah, you have to rewind, okay? Please do find the entire discussion. Rewind, or when it's posted, if you see this as a video later on, please do comment. Yes, please find it again and rewind, because the earlier part of the live will have all that stuff, the physics and all that discussion, okay? So thank you so much, guys. Really appreciate all of you. Really appreciate all the support, gifts, likes, and shares and subscribes, as always. Really appreciate you. I hope to see you soon. Definitely we'll have a Valentine's Day special live, so please do come back for that, and please be here for that, and that'll make my day and make it very special indeed. Hi, Sandesh. Thank you, Hanafi. Thank you, thank you, thank you. Good night and sleep tight, okay? Mwah. Let me do my kisses. Mwah. Mwah, 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 mwah. Thank you guys so much, and good night and sleep tight. Love you all. Mwah. Yes, on Valentine's Day, it'll be an afternoon live, so it'll be at a different time in the afternoon, but please do catch us live at that time as well, okay? Mwah. Mwah, 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 mwah.